So we have a car. It can go 20 and 3/10 miles on 1 gallon of gasoline. So how far can it go on half a gallon? So I guess before we begin, let's just try to estimate. Make a guess. What's your estimate? So now this is less gas, right? Like this is 1 gallon, that's one full, full gallon. Good. Great guess. 10 gallons. Yep. So if our answer is like 1,000,000 gallons, we know we're wrong, right? So the answer needs to be around 10, right? So, but we have to get, but in estimating, we're thinking about what we need to do. We need to get a half of this number, don't we? So we need to get 1/2 of 20 and 3/10. Two ways to do it. We can get a half of the 20 and a half of the 3/10, or we can turn it into an improper and get a half of the whole thing. I'll do both ways for fun. But yeah, let's do one way is we'll just get a half of 20, and then we'll get a half of the 3/10, and then we'll add them together. Sound good? So we'll get a half of each of these at the same one at a time. So the other way is to turn it into an improper fraction and do it that way. We can do it that way as well. I will in a sec now. So of means multiply. So it's 1/2 times 20/1. Getting a half of 20 means just dividing 20 by 2. That's all you're doing. Getting a half times something is the same as dividing it by 2. Because look, it becomes 20 divided by 2. So a half of something is like dividing something by 2, right? Multiply by a half, divided by a 2, same thing. 10. Now, a half of 3/10 is a half times 3/10. Nothing cross cancels. You can't cross the 2 and the 10 because they're on the bottom, right? So 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 10 is 20 though. So a half of 20 became 10. A half of 3/10 became that. And if we add them together, 10 plus 3/20, just add these guys together, we get 10 and 3/20 as a mixed number. Make sense? 10 and 3/20, right? And that's the amount of miles the car can go on a half a gallon, right? You okay with that? Right. So the other way is to get a half of 20 and 3/10 is to turn it into a improper fraction and working it that way. So 10 times 20, 200. 200 plus 3, 203. So this becomes 203/10. And it's times 1/2. So you got a half times that. Now nothing cross cancels because look, 2 is even, this is odd number. That won't work. 10 won't go into there evenly. So we simply get 1 times that is, 203, and 2 times 10 is 20. So we got to go 20 into 203, right? To turn it into a mixed number. So 20 into 20, one time. 20 into 3 is 0, right? And remainder 3. Does that make sense? Right. So 20 into 3 is 10 times remainder 3, so 10 and 3/20. So on a half gallon of gas, the car can go 10 and 3/20 miles. So we did it 2 different ways, right?